the vision that we had, that was missing here. And I knew there were so many brides that wanted this same thing.
While living in California, Johnny fell in love with a project that brought the couple back home to KC.
We fell in love with creating something so beautiful and so classic and timeless.
They bought the Broadway Baptist Church in April, got married in June, and began work in August.
When we got the property, it was originally named First Swedish Church of Kansas City. The Swedes built it, and then quickly they changed it to Broadway Church because it's on Broadway. And when I was thinking through it, I was like, do we keep it Broadway or do we do something different? When I lived in California briefly, I lived on a really close to a street called Melrose, and it's one of the main roads in LA. And I always thought it's a pretty name, Melrose, right? And then I wanted to embody Abbey's name into the venue. And when you think of an Abbey with an E, so A-B-B-E-Y, like an old church, and I was just like, Melrose Abbey sounds really pretty and classy. And then I start looking at the meaning. So Melrose means honey of a flower, and Abbey is where like monks would go and dedicate their lives. And I thought that was an embodiment of what love is.
This is one of my favorite things that we have done. So whenever we fell in love with the space, we just fell in love with the ceremony room down there. And there used to be a wall here, and the stained glass window was actually hidden. And removing this wall that was literally covering this up, removing this wall added a whole new element of beauty into the ceremony space.
And one of the coolest things is when we removed the wall from here, what I love is that all this railing right here was inside the wall, which tells me that when they started to build it, they realized that maybe one day someone is gonna take that wall down. So they kept intact the original railing. When we removed it, we were able to restore that. So that was cool.
But this is what it originally looked like.
When we're working together on our wedding, we're like, we make a great team. You have an eye for design and style and what a bride wants, which that's what you need for a successful wedding venue, is to appeal to what a bride wants. And then for me, it's like I have the business and I have the hospitality side. So we're like, okay, that's a power team right here for a wedding venue, and here we are.
Building back on seeing that this was a missing piece in the wedding market here. One trend that's going on right now is this old money look. And there just really isn't a space to do that in Kansas City.
Because I'm showing a lot of the bride and groom, like I'm walking people through the venue, I keep getting the same thing of, oh my gosh, we always, growing up, watching movies, we always wanted to get married in a beautiful chapel or wedding venue, but we're not part of a church, or we're not religious, or we are, our church is not the looks we want for our wedding. So this kind of brings that look and style without the implications of having to be part of a church.
So this is supposed to be the two put together, what people want today, but also what has been traditional in the wedding world for hundreds or thousands of years. Okay, so this is the bridal entry. So this is what the bride will see when she finally walks in. Just kidding, it won't be a construction space, but this is where she'll walk in. We have two different doors. Well, if her father's gonna walk her down the aisle, her mom, her brother, she wants to walk by herself, whatever, we can have them come through these doors. There are hardwood floors under here, and they look beautiful. You just have to trust me on it right now.
So this is the First Swedish Church of Kansas City. So the Swedes built this, and if you look at the architectural design of the Swedes compared to like Italians or French or Spanish, they're very much more of minimalist designs. The Swedes just love things to be clean and simple and elegant in their own way.
We got married in 2022. So we're our minds are very fresh to what brides want right now. And I think just looking back in beautiful old Italian churches is just bringing in a little bit of that newness, that tradition, and what I have seen on Pinterest. So this is the groom suite. So we have a couple, this is something that I absolutely love about designing this wedding venue, is we have the bright, elegant, timeless spaces that are all whited out with accents of gold. But then we have these other spaces that are a little bit more moody.
So we're gonna do a big wet bar wall to wall here with really nice style. We're gonna stock drinks here for them. Think of a moody, dark couch, table. probably TV because once you
Play poker back there or
fireplace.
whatever.
Yep, we do need to figure out. I had the glass company today. They want to know if we want to put a long mirror for the grooms here. So here's my idea. Can put it right here. It's one option. Or the other option is we can, which that's what I told him, buy the closet right here.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so and there's an old ruins church in Scotland called Melrose Abbey, and the front of it looked very similar to ours. So even though it looks like a mess, but a lot has been done. What have we done so far?
Wood floors, chandelier, which I have not seen yet because as soon as they did it, they covered it up. Johnny's seen it. I have not seen it. Pews, we've taken them and painted them. Same with the whole entire space.
And the
We're
pews,
done
we
with
didn't have a middle aisle for pews, so we actually had to cut them. It's very complicated. Cut them and custom make them to have a middle aisle. They were only side aisles, so we did that.
Yeah.
Fix all the stained glass. There are a couple that need repair, but for the most part, fix them all and make sure they're not leaking anymore.
Yeah, new windows.
Oh, all electrical, plumbing, HVAC, which is,
The expensive stuff that you can't see.
yeah, all the stuff. We cleared out all the old landscaping, dead trees and all that. So I'm pretty sure this is dumpster 45. That's how many dumpsters, how much crap we had to clean up. But we just this week, as you guys see, we're removing all the old shrubbery. They were really unhealthy and they did not look good. So we're removing all the shrubbery, all the trash. There were tons of trash here. We are raising the stone just so that we can have more space for people to walk around. We're gonna eventually, budget allowing, we're gonna have iron fence throughout to create more privacy. That way,
Beautiful iron fence.
beautiful iron fence. That way, on a beautiful day, not like today, during cocktail hour, people can come outside, grab drinks. We can have music outside, and people can be here.
Can I say that what we had budgeted for, what was like a fourth of what
Times 5.
her time
We're 5x.
of
Yeah.
what things ended up being.
Yeah.
So if we expected something to be $10,000, it actually ended up being $50,000. Unfortunately, the scale was actually much broader than that.
Sprinkler system was huge because initially I was told this was a gathering place, a religious assembly zoning, and they had hundreds, if not more, of weddings here, probably thousands of weddings here because this thing has been sitting for 100 years and they had weddings all the time. I was told that I'm not going to need sprinkler system. In fact, they had a commercial kitchen in the basement that we're getting rid of. So I thought that's actually less risk. We're not going to have sprinkler system. But once we applied from a religious assembly to an event space or gathering. It automatically triggered gathering assembly. That sprinkler system required. Like no, we're a religious assembly. We're just having fun. Like nope, you can't go back. So that was we're looking at $350,000 for that.
I know, it's better to be safe than sorry, but
That's
it
true.
definitely hurts.
That's true. So that's one big setback. Yeah. But this whole place, when people come in, it's gonna see the transformation. It's gonna be really welcoming and unique, and they're gonna walk into hopefully the best wedding they've been to. That's our goal.
Yep.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
standards.
We can't wait to show you guys the progress. So
We're just super excited to bring everyone along for the journey of this and what's gonna come until I just wish we could like snap our fingers right now.
Do it.
Just be all done.